Hey folks, Quilly here, and welcome to the start of a brand new Let's Play for Terra Invicta, and it's a very special Let's Play because Terra Invicta is officially released. 1.0 has been hit after years of excellent, fabulous, very playable early access. This is really exciting. Lots of changes have been made to the balance, the user interface, all kinds of different things since the last time we played. Not only that, but there is a new starting condition here. Let me just hide the custom for a second. We'll talk about that in a moment. There are, well, for a long time, there's only the 2022 scenario. And then this 2070 scenario was added. This has been playable for a while, where you start sort of later in the game with certain things already established. It's a good way, if you don't want to play like the accelerated campaign, but you still want to kind of skip ahead to some of the more spacey stuff, this is a very good way to do that. And then there's a new scenario, which is 2026, which is very similar to 22. But with the nations tweaked, the starting situations tweaked in a few different ways. So I like it. So we still have the classic scenario if we want to go and play that, especially if you're new to Terra Invicta. It actually might be better for you to start in 2022 because the state of the world, all the guides and things like that tell you like what nations are sort of like the strong ones and not, or this or that, are going to apply to that. But we're going to play on 26 for a new experience. We're going to play with the full solar system. We're going to play with all 8 factions, and we are going to be playing as the most evil faction in the game. That's right, not one of the pro-alien factions. We're going to be playing as the Initiative. We're playing as rich people. We're playing as corporate people. We're playing as the 1%ers who are trying to use the chaos of an alien invasion to, I don't know, take over the world? I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see their story develop as we go. We're still going to play on normal difficulty. And yeah, if we go customize campaign, I didn't realize this. You can choose your starting profession. I mean, there's lots of things you can tweak here, but often it's been a complaint of mine. It's like, oh, we really need 2 people with, you know, strong starting professions, or you just keep kind of re-rolling until you get someone decent. Now, I'm going to try to do it without setting that over here. I think we're actually very likely to get these 2 for a couple of different reasons. Like if you keep loading over here, you can see it's like, for some reason, always giving me Tycoon. And then over here, it locks on Tycoon. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's last alphabetically. Is that what's going on? Oh, that's all that's going on. I thought it was a sign that it was locking on Tycoon. Now, we might still get that. I was looking at the wiki, and it turns out there are restrictions for the 2 starting counselors. The first counselor, no matter who you are, is guaranteed to have the ability to control nation and investigate alien activity. And for the Initiative, the second counselor is guaranteed to have control nation and hostile takeover missions. Now, hostile takeover is not going to be very useful early on, but I guess, okay, the fact, and it is the same for everyone, the fact that everyone starts with 2 people who can at least control nation means they're not completely shut out on persuasion. But that is the most important thing early on. We also really need people who can sway public opinion, hopefully. Anyway, we're going to do that. We're going to start long campaign, and I will shut up so that we can hear the cutscene.
We remember the day the stars answered, the day we learned we were not alone. As a familiar sun rose on an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Survival of the fittest has always been the game. Whether you're beating your enemy with a rock or a lawsuit, you have to be vicious to be the top dog. Because when you've worked for everything, and you've fought for all you have, nothing will satisfy you, except everything.
Nothing will satisfy you except everything is a pretty hardcore line. I like that a lot. An UFO has crashed on Earth. An alien vessel has crashed down in the Mandalay region in Myanmar. While the wreckage is unrecoverable, we suspect an alien life form escaped into the surrounding countryside. Okie dokie.
Boss. The council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Soren van Wyk, your chief operating officer. We're living in a time of great change. The alien arrival will transform our world, possibly beyond recognition, and we must be positioned to respond appropriately to whatever opportunities may occur.
I recommend sending a counselor to investigate the crash site in Mandalay region as soon as possible. Our other counselors may be best used in trying to gain influence in nations that may be able to contribute resources to advance our interests. You may review our objectives at any time by clicking our faction symbol in the top left corner of your screen. Okie dokie. I think there's one more pop-up. Yep, investigate alien crash. Lovely. So this is the Earth. Let's exploit it as much as possible. Now, if we're going to be playing, like, evil, profit-oriented, corporate bastards, obviously we're going to want to center our efforts on good old USA over here. Now, it is quite difficult to jump directly. Do we have vision? Oh, no, that's because Dominic started there. I'm like, do we have vision of an agent somewhere here already? But that's our agent. It is difficult to jump right into the United States immediately because they are a relatively big, chunky country. Grabbing an early control over here is like basically not there. We have to go and boost some values over. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the same strategy that a lot of people use. It is one of the classic openers. There's European openers, there's Indian, and I don't know if there's a China opener necessarily. I think there is a Russia opener that we can do. We could consider. I'm actually thinking of skipping Kazakhstan this time, just to mix it up. Kazakhstan, of course, is an incredibly powerful get because there's a lot of boosts generated here. I'm wondering about just not doing Kazakhstan this time. Because we're still playing on normal difficulty, which I should be able to, handle fairly well. So maybe we'll make life a little harder on ourselves here. Plus, focus on maybe some economic powerhouses. We are also going to try to use spoils very aggressively this game, because I think that's going to be really on par, or on brand here. Maybe we'll probably ignore, say, North America, Europe, and, if we get into China or something like that, then we're going to want China properly. Same with Japan. But other than that, I think we're going to be looking to grab things and then spoil the heck out of them at some point. Anyway, let's take a look at our counselors. And this is the point where I'll say we may end up doing cuts and rerolls here if for some reason they are garbage, because it could be too frustrating of a start. So we got Dominic Manson here, an executive. Manson, good name. So he doesn't have the ability to influence public opinion, which already makes things a little harder. Now, sometimes we start with an org that we can pick up immediately that has it, but we don't. I mean, there's some others in here that, which one was it? Public campaign is available on Agrippa Instruments, which we could get if we have a little bit more cash, which is going up. This is a possibility. It would unlock public campaign. That's an idea. That's a possible path. What are you? Demanding, wealthy, cynic, and streetwise. And then we have demanding, loss-averse, rich, eminent, ethical. Rich, ethical. What? What are you talking? An ethical oligarch, you guys. Okay. And streetwise, Roberta Corredo from Mexico here. And see, she likewise doesn't have the PR campaign thing. So I'm going to say I want at least one person who can PR for us. So I'm going to go and do a little bit of re-rolling. All right, we are back. I re-rolled a couple times, got tired of the re-rolling, decided to go to the custom campaign and force us to do a start with a tech mogul, a tech bro, and a politician, which I thought was a great combination for our sort of corporate, like techno-fascist initiative run, which I think is the vibe that's going to happen here. We are not going to be good people, you guys. But that is going to be just as fun. So let's look at who we've got. We've got Tyler Lampron, who does have the government tag, which is really nice. Indulgent, he costs money. Family ties, well, hopefully no one gets nuked. Hopefully Canada doesn't get nuked. He's rich, which is convenient. He loses persuasion where inequality is 4 or less. Oh, so yeah, he has less influence in places with low inequality, which is too bad because we generally try to keep that, but that'll be fine. He's famous, so we get more influence things. He is very easy to spot. Oh, he's 50. I don't think Tyler's going to be in for the long haul here, but all right. The extremist value, he gets even less persuasion when there's high education, and he's a Czechist. Oppression points. Tyler Lampron's not really a winner, but this will be pretty handy for us to get started with. Persuasion of only 6. I think he does have some XP, so we're going to augment him, and I'm going to drop both into persuasion. Later on, I do tend to focus heavily on administration, but early on, we really need to make sure the persuasion is as high as possible for those opening moves. Next person we've got is Bai Huai Shui. Man, I'm so sorry. Faye over here, maybe. Ooh, I like Faye as a name. Is 55, so also not going to be in for the long run. Anxious, affluent, media darling. Oh, we got lots of starting passive influence. Techno rat. All right, technocrat. More influence and some science. And then streetwise. Streetwise is a great trait. Okay, again, we're going to augment you with 2 ticks on persuasion. And I don't think we'll be rushing for any of these orgs, but let's take a look at what we've got. This is just some extra, what is this, like engineering project points? I don't remember what it's called, but it's the thing that lets you do your projects a little faster. Lambda semiconductor, that's a lot of passive science early on. When our science currently is only 35, I mean, we don't control a nation, that's part of it. That is a lot of extra science in the early days, and it's a +1 science rating to the character as well, which does translate to a little bit more tech too. I don't know if we rush this. 71, but it's just money, just flat out money. You know, we might pick that up. Vila and Telescopium are too expensive right now for like all kinds of different reasons. Sabotage project I don't particularly care about early on. See, we do have a nice project here, which only costs money, which would also unlock the public campaign. We might, hold on. As I said, we might end up having to pick this up for whoever we recruit next. I might want to blind pick this up so that we can always slap an extra public campaign on someone. And it is some more influence, which is good, although maybe only when installed. Maybe $80. What else are we going to spend money on early on? Maybe. And then engineering group. Oh, the one nice thing, it's too bad that Faye here isn't going to be around that long. Retirement's probably not far away. It is incredibly powerful to have someone from China because there's a lot of really powerful orgs that you can only get if you have an agent from China or if you have control points there. And it's going to be a long time before we get control points in China. So it's too bad that you're not younger. It'd be really ideal if you had the XP booster things like Strider. I know those things have been nerfed, but they're still amazing. I guess maybe what we'll do, before we even assign anyone, let's take a look at... well, we don't have enough influence right now to pick someone up. Do I just blind buy this? Because the AI might beat us to it. How much of a problem is that? We might not need this at all. I guess I will wait. So I could look at the recruitment pool. I mean, I guess they're all the ones that are 30. Probably that's not what we're looking for. Another tech mogul. I'm mostly just looking at the traits over here right now. No. Professor is an interesting base. Officer. Hard target's nice. Another government tag, which is great. Government hard target commando. This is actually a pretty good pickup. I mean, you have no starting persuasion, which might be fine, because we already need some command things. I don't know if we need to make that, like, priority number 1. What I'd probably want is another good persuasion person. Okay, Greg Ryan here, another executive, fits our corporate structure very well. He does have quick learner. Expert. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We could pick up in a little bit. We could pick up Greg Ryan. Makes so much sense. High persuasion. He doesn't have the ability to persuade people, but we could go and pick up Pelion Strategic Communications, which I think is going to do now. I'm going to do this. We could give public campaign to him. So I'm going to do that and just let it sit here for a sec and not actually... Oh, right. The way I bought it, it did go and assign to her immediately. Okay, so we'll have to move it later, but that's fine. I guess for now, we'll enjoy the extra income. And yeah, we'll be looking to pick up Ryan. Okay, let's strategize over here. So if I want to go and move into the USA, again, we need to get some extra modifiers to boost this. And one of the ways we're going to do that is by taking control of a neighboring country. So we're going to start by picking up Canada. And we are going to start probably by doing some public campaign, because our blank control, I mean, we can spend more influence, but it's starting off fairly low. So let's do a little public campaign. I'm going to toss in a couple of ticks of money here to bring up the percentage chance. So that's Tyler. And then if we look at Faye, just out of curiosity, she is better out of the box. We could also do an investigation, but you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do this for 2. I might go 4. And Tyler's going to finish first, which should boost this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go and do that on our very first day. Yep. And then, oh, that did spend a little bit of influence, which delays Ryan a tiny bit, but not a big deal. I'm sure I'll be renaming these people at some point to give them their job tags, which I often do. Like this is really like persuasion. I guess I can do that and then leave the first name. Persuasion Faye. And this is also going to be a persuasion-oriented people, at least for a long time. Unless you get a bunch of orcs that give you secondary jobs, really the only thing you're going to have is persuasion. But that's okay, because the importance of persuasion people falls off later in the game. They're super important early. They fall off later in the game, other than you kind of want someone to inspire people, maybe ideally a couple of people so they can inspire each other. So yeah, no, this is groovy. Okay. I think that's the opening move. Oh, tech-wise, here's an interesting question. So in terms of projects, we don't have anything terribly critical early on. Although, I have to admit that, back up. The audience research over here isn't a bad opening pick, because it will just give us some extra influence early, which we rely on. The other one I tend to run early is operations management, because we also don't have a lot of ops, and I think we need the ops to investigate. But I'll do 1 round of audience research. Do people like hyper focus, in one of these projects right away? Are you like, you know what, they're going to happen anyway, so I'm just going to focus on myself? What's your opening move here? Of course, we could do a little bit like this, which increases the total amount of science we do, though takes it away from our personal thing. Us being invested in these subcategories really doesn't make a difference. There's no percentage unlock. And unless we want to push to be a leader in a particular category so that we could pick the next tech, yeah, I don't know how critical it is. I suppose I could make the argument of let's go and put 1 tick in all of these, because it'll move all of humanity forward. Now, we're not humanitarians over here. I mean, other than the rich Illuminati who eat people, that kind of humanitarian. But the idea of, increasing technology across the board so that we can all make more money and things like that does sound pretty good. My apologies, the volume was peaking out a little bit there. Just noticed my volume knob was a little high. I think I'll go with this for now. And that'll be okay. All right, let's confirm assignments and bring the speed up to at least 4 for now. So the councilor deployment phase happens once a week at this point, and then it will increase later on. 1 humanity. Yes, and then 1 corporation to rule them all in the darkness. The growing realization that we are not the sole sapient species in the universe is causing many to see their fellow humans new light, leading to hopes that we can overcome our capacity for strife to address the alien arrival as one people. Yes, I'm sure that's what's going to happen. All nations gain 1 cohesion. Huzzah! All right, come on. Let's get it first try, baby. First try every time.
Public sentiment is increasingly...
Well, we had no support here. Okay, repeat and continue, and I'm still waiting for this to hit 60. Hopefully we don't miss out on Ryan. UN Security Council meets. The UN Council has met to discuss the alien arrival. Unfortunately, the hoped-for show of international unity did not materialize. I'm shocked. With China, Russia, and the United States accusing each other of hiding knowledge about the alien crash and preventing full access to the site. Excuse me. We have an opportunity to shape events to our advantage, even make our case directly to the nations of the world. However, with the eyes of the world on these meetings, our counselors' risk of exposure to our enemies is extremely high. Flavor-wise, we're going to try to be, kind of role-play where we can over in this game. Flavor-wise, I can see an absolute argument for remain in the shadows, where the Illuminati secretly running world governments behind the scenes. But I could also see, deliver a manifesto. I don't know about manifesto, but we've got our PR campaign. We've got a slick advertising campaign. We've paid off a bunch of influencers to make totally organic viral posts about us and how awesome of a corporation we are, and that you should buy stock in us because it's going to go to the moon. All those memes, all the things. So I kind of feel like I don't think the quiet steer support. I don't know. I feel like it's one or the other. This does give us a crap ton of influence, which is always nice. Also, I do often I'd like to remain in shadows because the ops is hard to come by early. But I think we're going to deliver the manifesto. It'll give this a public opinion boost, which is nice as well. And yeah, it reveals our characters. Honestly, they're going to be pretty revealed anyway, and no one's going to go around doing assassinations yet. So I think I'll do the full manifesto. I think, humanity first. Could have gone for option 2 or 3, I suppose, and gotten us to see it. Academy. All right, so some people are still unknown, but that's fine. I'm not going to rush to do any diplomacy. Select management team. We may now recruit our faction's management team. So lobbyists and influencers sure as heckin' makes a lot of sense for us, right? On the other hand, financiers and investors. Officers and operators, I like for the 50 freaking ops immediately. And passive research. This is a big amount of passive research right away with this. And I mean, you know, the scientists invent the products maybe, but I feel like it's wrong for us. I think we have to go lobbyists and influencers. Monthly influence goes up. I don't, we'll go financiers and investors. It's probably the most on brand. How useful is it? I don't know. Right now, it's an extra 50% money per month. So I guess we'll do that. All right, detected enemy counselor. We don't care. Oh, we did get the control point instantly. Nice. So the default priority is here with the exploit faction is what we are. Your saves are called that. But with the initiative are a tick in economy, a ton of knowledge, a tick in unity, lots of funding, some spoiling, space project. Okay, first of all, we are going to do a lot of spoiling, but I don't think we're going to do it. Son of a bitch, humanity first. Damn it. I wonder if we went and just kicked them out of here. Well, we don't have a unit. Oh, also, I need to get, I wonder if we can still get Ryan. Hopefully we didn't miss him. Yeah, Greg Ryan over here. Good. But maybe we'll prioritize getting a spy a little sooner, too. We will need a tech, I think, for the 4th slot. Yeah, we'll pick you up because Quick Learner is really, really good. Confirm. And then I need to take this, unassign you, and then assign over here. Oh, right, and then it takes a little bit to lock in for the next thing. So you can't do the persuade right now, but that's all right. And then XP-wise, we're not going to give you affluent, and no one else has got enough to spend. Okay, but we'll lock that in. That's okay. Any other orgs we might want to consider right now? No, and yeah, that is a lot of science. I think I might just pick this up right now. I mean, we're going to sell that long term. This is not that useful. But short term, that's a lot of more science. For some cash, sure. Gotta spend money to make money, right? That's the way business works. I'm so mad that humanity first moved into Canada immediately. That's just rotten luck, because there's lots of reasons that the AI might want, you know, they go all over the place. So it's just unlucky that it happened where we is and where we wants to be. All right, Greg, nice to see you. And I guess it'll be the same thing. So what I like to do is customize these names because it reminds me of how I want to level these people up, where I want to spend their XP. I mean, a lot of times it's going to go into admin and different things like that, but yeah. Now, Greg, yeah, there you go. It kicked in, so now you have the public campaign mission. Perfect. But how much, if you do a plane control, see, it's not that great.
Reporting in.
Faye was the one who was, like, better at this. We still need to go and investigate that crash site.
Them to our
but
side.
especially since we've got some challenge going on here, yeah, I'm not going to mess around. No money.
We must.
But I'll throw some in there anyway.
Ready.
And then throw that in there with no money. Couple more persuades, one more takeover.
We must not only
Low resistance and exodus. Ooh, finding out everyone. Hopefully humanity first doesn't pick up another one. We're gonna do, I guess I'll set it as a favorite because we definitely have to research that at some point. Oh, you immediately went to protect this node. I don't usually bother that early because again, people don't usually make the aggressive moves immediately out of the box. Critical success. We're now at 23. Nice.
Public opinion remains
Fail.
unmoved.
You know what? Let's just continue because I don't know about the money. We've been spotted. That's fine. Come on, baby. Flip another one. But sucks. Like, our priority would be to lock down the first 3. Oh,
People in place.
everyone moved in here? Seriously? Well, that's frustrating. I really want it to be fairly diplomatic, but we may have to go, well, we don't have a spy. All right, I guess we'll probably end up moving. We could move to Mexico a little sooner, because that'll also give us some more boosts in the U.S. Or do we just start applying pressure to U.S.? Because I can't remember if it's per adjacent control point or just having any adjacent control points that helps. Oh, I never went and customized this. Right. I want to go and do a fairly standard initial setup. We're going to want to do the space stuff, but for now, what we want is just a lot of knowledge push. We're going to do a little bit of welfare thing because here's my thinking with some of these. You're going to say, wow, that's not very initiative-y. I think what this really is, right? Because boosting welfare lowers income inequality. I think what it really is us hiding our finances, making people think we're not sitting on billions and trillions of dollars. You know, no, it's not like that. No, you have it really good. Look, we're giving you another Marvel movie, so you're fine. Everything's okay. So that's gonna be the sort of vibe. So we can still, pretend that we're role playing, but also maybe make countries function properly. Okay, that's incredibly frustrating. Lots of times you'll play and no one will go for whatever country you're looking at, or you'll be like, well, I'm not gonna go there because someone always does like someone always goes France. Of course, no one went France this time. Should we just change plans? We could. Espionage of 1. You have Purge, but yeah, we have no espionage points.
I'm here.
My last run was European, but maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe we just, switch over. If I did a blind control nation with Faye, I should go and do that investigate too, but...
Acknowledged.
Yeah, change of plans.
At your service.
I'm going to do a blind control nation over in Paris, and we're gonna move to Europe. Well, or we'll see. Maybe none of this will work out, but we'll do what we can. Is it 16? Is that lit up like that? Look, these are red. 16 is lit up because of the quick learner. Because is that? Oh no, I think it may be just telling us there is a trait you can get. Yes. So I think it is a different color because there is a trait. Whenever it turns green, we'll have to keep an eye on this if we can get some of these others. But you need a couple more XP. I think succeeding most missions give you 2, failing gives you 1.
They are here to cleanse our...
I think there's one that might... I think like going to ground always just gives you 1 because there's no roll or something like that. There's stuff like that. Assaulting an alien thing might give you more.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, good. I really got to go investigate that crash site.
Our cause is unjustified.
Arg. One I spent money on. Now I'm being inconsistent whether I hit like repeat and continue or just continue. I really should evaluate case by case. Okay, well, we did get the control point here instantly, and no one else moved in. Okay, so let me go and do this again. Just trying to get some early knowledge going on. That's probably okay. And yes, we'll do some boost push. France isn't bad because I think their boost is going to be put over here, which is fairly equatorial. But I mean, the sooner I invest, better. Maybe what I'll do is I'll wait to confirm that I really am holding on to France first. So I'll just run this little policy for a little bit, and we'll do that. Do I want to go and spoils in Canada? Be like, fine. I won't worry about it for now. Damn, that is frustrating. And I'm not wrong, right? The 4th slot I don't have... Oh no, I can go 4th slot immediately. Ooh. Well, the next most important thing is getting someone with espionage. Operative is a good base class because they can do a lot of jobs. 21 Habs. I mean, hard target is great. You get spotted more. I don't know how much of a problem that actually is. You will be really easy to spot, Alina. I wonder, do we do this immediately? I also love that command. Operative is a really good base. 54, you're probably not going to be around forever. Okay, I'm gonna try to wait and see if we can get someone stronger. Lots of espionage on the hacker as well. Criminal tag is nice. Only 38. Maybe? Although, oh, you don't have the ability to purge. So no, I'll just hold on to things for the moment. All right. Unpause. We've already had to go and change our plan. All right, fine. Well, maybe we'll do the thing in France or in the EU again where we grab a lot of the 1 and 2 control point sites try to max out their funding, and then absorb them into the U. Something like that. So Faye,
Where to?
you know what? Okay, go and investigate. I don't know if it'll time out, and it would be annoying if it did. Control nation's a little low, so we'll just have you do a public campaign over here, and I'll throw some more money in on this again. And yeah, 18. Yeah, that is greenish now. I bet you it's because you've got access to like more actual trait stuff. I'm going to keep boosting persuasion, which is the most important short-term boost.
Our only hope.
Hello, Protectorate. Did we encounter everyone now? We might have. Yeah, because I think... Oh no, there's only 6 people here. Wait. The campaign. Yeah, because we should see 7 other factions. Does this include ourselves? No, because we're in the initiative. There's Protectorate, Humanity First Resistance, Exodus Academy. Who's missing? Or is the 8th faction the aliens? Maybe the 8th faction is the aliens.
We've moved the needle.
Okay. Relationship rep boost is good. Then we've got to bring Faye back over here to actually do control, and hopefully no one else is doing it. All right. Crash site investigated.
Now.
Science in this, we completed, or when it becomes available, do the alien signatures. It unlocks basically right away. I think there it is. We'll set that as a favorite. I'll let this finish for now. That's fine. And I think we get a pop-up when the pool refreshes. Yeah, that's the same thing over here. Okay, Faye, I'm going to come back over here, and you are really good at controlling nations. Yeah, Media Darling with +3 there is huge. Let's bring it up to 88%. And so that's still a little on the low side. Although we could, just to try to lock in... You know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and try it. And you're even better.
Establishing.
Yeah, we'll do a little stab over here, because if we get lucky and all 3 of them go, probably it won't. But if then we'll just finish off claiming France, and that'll be okay. Maybe I should have done some more persuade work, but let's go ahead and try to lock in, especially since I feel like we're a little behind on our control nation move here. We were lucky in that we one-shotted, like we got 2 successes in a row with Canada. So it's not like we spent like weeks and weeks trying to get in there and then get denied. That would be incredibly frustrating.
We're taking over.
All right, perfect. Close that and just keep pushing this. Thank you. Okay, at least no one else. Damn it, that was the wrong click. I'm gonna have to make some bookmarks on these with the templates over here probably. Boom, boom. Max out on knowledge. Government. Now with the government, right? What we're trying to do is we're trying to lock in a government that. A utopic democracy for us is where we've gerrymandered everything so we control everything in a way. To me, in my opinion, this government tag is going to be how we perceive it. So yeah, we want that perfect democracy from our point of view. We might still get this final control point, but yeah, the important thing is that no one can go and grab that.
Bring a golden age of advancement and prosperity for all mankind. But I'm a realist. I know better. Any race advanced enough to find us would be advanced enough to end us. Likely without even regarding us. Commander Fiona Ayawade, NATO Symposium on First Contact.
We want to research clandestine cells as soon as it comes up, because that opens up another counselor slot. Not that we're using all of them yet, but that's fine. And then, yeah, we aren't sitting on infinite influence anyway, because we spent some of it. So that's okay. All right, go. Come on, Tyler.
We failed to take.
Nah, that's fair. It was a tough ask. I get it, man. You're only 37%. It's okay. Ooh, 20 XP on Faye.
Cleaning things.
So keep going for persuasion for now, for sure. Again, I would definitely want to push towards admin, because throwing in lots of admin orgs or a lot of orgs is really powerful. Hello, mission space.
Of heaven and earth, a wise people may find the signs of Allah. Let us heed those words and join together as we take our search into the stars.
Oops, I didn't mean to cut you off. I thought you were done. Just taking a look over here. So advanced carbon manipulation, fission frag drives, graphene batteries. The frag drives, I don't think we need, and I don't think it leads to one of the key ones. We want, I think the key early drive is the Helicon drive, although we're not guaranteed to get it. And if we don't, we can make use of the grid drive, which is going to be the second best early game drive that we'd be looking for distance. Still not going to be fast to catch things, but it'll give us some delta V, and at least there's going to be that. So I'm not worried about pushing into this. And then over here, Muon Striker, Armor Struts. Yeah, it's not the end of the world if we don't get those. Because as a reminder, the more you contribute to a project, the higher of a boost you get that these things unlock for you. But I'm not going to stress. I'll leave the 1 pip in there. That's fine. We're just about to finish audience research, and then we'll do the alien signatures unless clandestine labs or whatever it's called gets opened up, gets unlocked before then. I'm having a hard time. I thought you could do it with the middle mouse button. I guess it's right mouse button, because the arrow keys can move quite quickly, although now they're slow. So I don't know. Oh, maybe it was just stuttering because it was processing a turn. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So Faye is still our best controller. I'm still going to spend, let's say, 4 influence over here to bring it up to 85. And then I'm going to do...
Where do you need me?
I'm not going to protect yet. We'll probably protect when we got all 4 points. Although, I guess... Can people crack down the executive, even if they don't control another one? They can't purge it. Might still be able to do a crackdown. I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll do another pair of public campaigns over here. And then we'll figure out where we're moving after that. Maybe a little overkill. Ooh, select our advisory team. Economic development feels right for us. So investment points towards economy increases, always nice. Steelhead missile men and women. So found space program and boost increased, calling the generals for military. Emphasize international aid, no. But again, we can sort of fudge our story for what welfare and knowledge represents for us. I mean, knowledge we want the tech lead. But yep, no, I'll go economic development. And honestly, the economy policy is not bad. In fact, maybe I want to like really front load our economy investment in France, because the sooner we invest in it, the more of a boost we get overall. But I think I'm happy with this. Again, big focus on knowledge, try to get the tech rate up as much as possible. Public campaign is done. We're definitely going to scatter after this. We've got enough control. We could even maybe we make a move against Germany. I don't know. Or at least, control. We might just go and control a lot of non-executive control points to spread ourselves up as much as possible. Maybe I didn't need to get the 4th in France. No, I'm pretty happy I got the 4th in France. Okay, we're going to just quickly rip through alien signatures.
Public opinion is moving in our
Good.
direction.
Opinion, pushing, excellent, lovely. Now, as we go forward in this Let's Play, I'm sure there will be some editing of videos, and there might be periods where I play through the game in between videos just to advance things from time to time when there's nothing exciting going on. We did that with the last campaign, and it worked out really well to do that. Where if I'm doing a whole bunch of like putting around on Earth, influencing nations or something like that, but in non game-changing way, then those are good candidates for that. Probably there's going to be very little skipping early on. It'll be more as we go further. But there we go. We did get our 4th point in France. Lovely. And yeah, I'm going to keep going with this. And yeah, I would like to keep this, the perceived, again, I'm calling this the perceived income inequality. I would like to keep it low because it is good for stability. And I would like to get the democracy up, but I'm not going to necessarily rush it. Also, we are going to be aiming for that sweet spot of 5 for cohesion as much as possible. We want people unified enough that they're working together, but not so unified that they are one homogenous blob that could, overthrow the 1%. We definitely won't want that. We want people fighting each other so they get distracted while we steal all the wealth in the world. This is fiction, by the way. Has anyone moved into Germany? No, that's good. Oh, there we go. Alien ships. Low Earth orbit.
Not to look directly at what you're trying to see. Offset your focal point somewhere to the side of where you think you notice the movement. At night, the center of your vision doesn't work as well as during the day. I won't try to explain the science to you. What matters is you'll see whatever is out there before they see you. Colonel Hans Castillo, advising conscripts in Colombia.
So now, yeah, all factions track alien vessels, and it reveals some vessels as well, which is why we know about the guys in space. So, there's already a crackdown that happened in Chechnya. I wonder if that was a random event or someone actually did that. Do I want to dismantle any of the army? There's only one army unit. I guess I can't until this timer goes, but I might want to because it does cost some maintenance. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it in there. We'll see. I don't need to see the armies right now, though. That's fine. Let's do a little pass through for XP. No one's got any that's notable. Let's check to see, has the recruitment pool? No, that's still that same professor that was there before. No one's got Striver or the other. Those are still good traits. Do I just pick you up? Government's good. Comoros isn't necessarily a handy nation because I don't think there's any special, like, really key orgs that come out of Comoros. But yeah, oh, that's right. You can't purge. Yeah, we really need someone who can purge. I guess, oh, maybe we're looking at this opera. I don't know. One or the other. You do have purge. Oh, wait, right. You were 54. No, we're still got to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, let's go and see if we can grab the 3 control points in Germany. First of all, how's the control? That's a little low. I bet you Faye can do it. But let's go put 1 tick of money in there. Faye, yeah, can you just do a raw control? Yeah, that's not bad. Let's go and spend 4 influence on this. And then we'll do another public campaign over here with another tick of money. Yep. Done. Done. And I think we're good. Okay. Confirm. But yeah, that'll be handy because it can be hard to get it back. But then we might go looking for some cheaper nations. Okay, alien signatures tech is done. Allows factions to detect alien abductions on Earth. That's going to be really handy. Oh, that's all the flavor text? Completed research alien signatures. Satellite footage and interviews of local personnel have confirmed that at least one of the ship's crew survived the crash and disappeared into the surrounding wilderness. Our research of the debris has also confirmed that the ship was not assembled on Earth. Putting these 2 things together leads us to one inescapable conclusion. An alien is at large upon our planet. Statement, excuse me. A statement that sounds more appropriate for popular entertainment than for an agenda for the World Economic Council. Further investigation has turned up reports of disappearances in nearby settlements. This raises troubling questions. What are the aliens doing here? And given that we have only now detected their presence, how long have they been acting while we have been unaware? Bum, bum, bum. All right, we got to investigate alien abductions, research alien origin, and salvage some alien technology. We've got lots of various goals. I'm going to go and do a run at operations research so we get more ops because we have no source of it right now. And again, we do need this to be able to investigate sites. So we're going to run this. We might have to run this a couple of times. Hopefully we get a little bit of ops income at some point so we don't have to worry about that. I think I'm fine with still not... Ooh, no. The chemical rockets got some good stuff in this. I'm going to go and super push for chemical rockets. I'm even going to slow down the operations research over here. I'll leave 1 tick in, but we're going to go and push this. So we are predicted now that we'll take over this project because that is very, very handy.
The people will come to our side.
Okay. I might end up doing some more of those. We will see. A couple of successes. That's nice. Yeah, because Faye's got a really good chance of flipping. We got a coup in Brazil. That's an interesting outcome now. So the Academy lost 1 thing there. Is a coup always player driven or can it be randomized? Well, that worked out well. Let's go ahead and plan a repeat and continue for sure. So the British have already gone full protectorate. Okay. There we go. Set as favorite. Do I want to change? Well, I still don't have my 4th one, so no, I don't think I have to rush for it immediately. I'll finish the operations research, even though the clandestine cells is actually incredibly important. I think we will go and wait. Let's see if we can do an accelerated... I don't need all 4 control points. Here, I'll do you here, because you're also pretty good. And if both succeed, then we'll be done for Germany for now.
I will try to sway.
Let's do that. The first couple of ticks are really cheap on everything. I mean, we don't have a ton of money right now, but I think it's still worth the investment. Oh, I didn't do... Okay, I should probably... Let's go design a priority template. And yeah, this is going to be our... Just like our basic development. Yeah, just some early, like, knowledge start. So... basic dev. And then I'm going to save and also set this as the default. So by default, when we take something, it sets it here. We'll probably have, for example, this full funding and full mission control. This is what we're going to want for the little baby nations we take for a bit. Both these can be capped. Anyway, I'll put a tick in economy, because if I remember correctly, there's it's a little annoying. If these two get full and we don't have another one, it's a little less defined what gets put in. So if we do this, this is for the 1 and 2 control point nations. We're going to try to max out the mission control and max out their funding. And then they can just sit idly on economy until we absorb them into something else. So this is basic small nation. Save. And then those will be in there. Okay. I might adjust it about 30 different times while we play. But for now, that's going to be okay. And then, yeah, here it's going to be basic dev, which would be the default, but we didn't have that in place yet. Bum, 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 bum. The idea being, like, the basic development is never going to be bad. If I forget to assign something to a particular nation, it's not a bad little basic start for anything I'm hoping to maintain anyway. All right, we're going to finish this turn here, and that'll be a good place for us to put a bit of a cut in. Thank you very much. And then you can see, there we go. The default's now being applied. And again, excellent. And I'll stop there, because no one can take the executive control away from us currently. I wonder if the councilors refresh on the 1st or the 15th. They still haven't. Okay. Well, we're going to just leave it there. And we are going to leave this video here is what we're going to do. The UN Office for Outer Space Affairs. Advise. Nice percentage boost to things. No, I don't think I'm going to spend 120 influence on this right now. Especially since we might, after a refresh, especially if we got the clandestine cells, we might recruit people back to back. So I'm going to poke around. I'm going to figure out where we're going to make the next move. Italy's already gone. Spain's already gone. But we've got these two big boys in the center of Europe, which is going to be good. And then, yeah, what we're going to be looking at is... Oh, we might want to make a move on Poland earlier. And or Denmark. Wow, a lot more things have more control points than before. But grabbing some of the little mini countries... and it's based on their like overall GDP and development and things like that. Grabbing these, getting them maxed out in funding and boost, and then absorbing them into the EU when we get all that stuff going is going to be a really nice strat. Oh, Belgium's already going. That's a shame. I don't know, unless I go for 2 out of 3 in the Netherlands and Poland first. I haven't decided yet. And yeah, Kazakhstan, we are just leaving aside. Now, there's a couple of different reasons for it. One, you know, the Kazakhstan start is just so standard that I want to mix things up over here. And the reason's appealing is because it does have a launch site right here, the Baikonur Cosmodrome, which gives tons of boost, and it's really beautiful to control early on. There is a slight complication with doing the push towards Kazakhstan now compared to before, in that if the leader of a faction, in this case the Eurasian Union, if it is fairly authoritarian, they can prevent nations from leaving their union. So normally what you do is you take Kazakhstan and you wait the time until you've got control of the executive, and then you separate yourself from the Eurasian Union so you get to keep all the boost. You might not be able to do that anymore. And I'm wondering, do I do something really funny and just push into Russia? I have to control the executive, and it might be too late because they could theoretically leave the Eurasian Union before I control the executive, so I might not be able to block it. But that would be really funny as a different way to do it, and then eventually grab Kazakhstan and merge it together. I don't know. Oh, we'll just focus here. I really wanted to do the North American push, but that was not for us. We'll probably end up making a push towards North America later in the game because there's a lot of money and power to be had there. But for now, we'll focus on Europe. Thank you very much for watching this. Hey, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. What are you doing? And of course, a like and a comment on the video does a really, really important thing for the algorithm, so that's always appreciated. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.